Welcome. Welcome to a peaceful Tuesday afternoon here on our small hobby farm in central North Carolina. It's been quite a journey here. We've had massive heat waves, just keep coming and going, little dips here and there with storms that come through and give us some relief. I just dropped the phone. Now is the time I like to share. I do a lot of videos every day on my TikTok here and share it on my social media, and yet, you know, sometimes I think live is better because you get the real gist of what's going on without the music. You know, the music does make videos better, of course. Music adds emotion, creates memories, and it's how we feel for seeing certain videos. But here's a real life moment of our small hobby farm. Thank you, anybody who's joining in right now to see the livestock guardian dogs, the sheep, the roosters and the hens, taking their dirt baths, resting comfortably. I'm just gonna step over you ladies. I'm not here to mess with anybody. Chewy, you're a nightmare. Yes. Cash, my ram sheep. I think people probably can relate to animals and how hard it is in heat. Today is, well, we're in North Carolina. Summers are hot here. That's not an issue. It's these heat waves that have been going through, and when the heat waves come through, it literally is like this heavy hot air that just suffocates literally. I have lost one life during this heat wave. Here's Andy, my full buff silky rooster. He's just I'm in the process of breaking him from mating, M-A-T-I-N-G, with me. He's obsessed with me. He doesn't have a lady yet. We have 11 roosters here on the farm. We have about 40 birds. Some of my most precious birds are our battery hens, and I love sharing our battery hens because they are the greatest joy on this farm. These are the ladies right here who are taking their dirt baths right now. Battery hens. What in the world is a battery hen, right? We didn't know. We thought we were going to pick up 12 mature hens to feed our hungry roosters. We had so many roosters because, well, we incubate here on the farm. I am the good shepherd, Natalie. No life will be off with their heads here. These are all my pets, and all life deserves to be loved, no matter if you're a boy or a girl, or a rooster that just is obsessed with mating with you, or I don't know where Greenlegs is yet. Maybe we'll see him in a little bit. My godfather rooster, who literally has destroyed my body. Every day he has a vendetta against me. This cut on my lip, I have a hair lip. Look, I have a hair lip. I have a hair lip. It came from him. Andy. Every night at sunset we go to the, I'm not even gonna get near him anymore, look. Every night we go to the fields for sunset. The livestock guardian dogs, that's the time when I pass the torch over to them. They're nocturnal by nature, the livestock guardian dogs. So during the day, this is what you see, whether it's hot or cold or anything in between with the livestock guardian dogs. Yet sunset is the time for me to pass that torch, so to speak. Hey guys, time for you to take over. And I was out there with Andy last night, and I laid in the fields with my giant polar bear puppies, and this guy right here tried to mate, M-A-T-E, with my face. He did my face. So, I look kind of like the lion from The Wizard of Oz. The battery hens, let me get back to them. The battery hens are hens who are born and raised in hen houses in horrific conditions. They are the hens that are responsible for laying all of the eggs that are sold in mass distribution in our country's grocery stores. You go to the grocery store and you buy eggs, it's from these hens here, not these hens right here anymore. And yet, yes, these hens, they are comet, C-O-M-E-T hens, otherwise known as battery hens. I don't know how they came up with the name battery hens, but it is horrific conditions that they live in, and we had no idea what we were getting into when we picked up these 12 ladies. It's been about 5 or 6 months since we welcomed the 12 battery hens into our flock. I'm having a hard time. I keep seeing my hair lip here. Battery hens, he's gonna mate with me again. Battery hens, when they're only used for 12 to 18 months. They're pumped full of hormones during that time. Their beaks are cut so that they don't kill each other because they are crammed 80 birds into a cage. Miss July, hello there. Thank you for joining in, Miss July. You just made my day. I'm not used to doing live videos, but I do love sharing my life. It is a life of joy. And when you are the lone shepherd, well, you're never alone, and yet it's a joy to be able to share your life with others. And like I said, live videos are a little bit more special. Battery hens, their beaks are cut because they're crammed into cages, 80 birds, ceiling to floor, wall to wall, and otherwise they kill each other, which then you won't get as many eggs. I'm gonna venture out here and see where they're going to. They're all gonna come out to the little Barbie splash pad, I think, and get some fresh water here. They're pumped full of hormones, the battery hens. They're forced into days of darkness to shut down their productive system while they're pumped with these, hormones. And then the lights are turned on, the faux vitamin D lights, to crank out these eggs. They are featherless. These 12 ladies, look at their feathers now. When they first came to us 6 months ago, they looked like they belonged in the refrigerated section of a grocery store. But they had eyes that were alive and feet. It was truly nothing that we were prepared for. And again, I knew nothing about battery hens. I'm so grateful. These are the most happy and most grateful birds we have here on the farm. Since they have been with us in the past 5 months, of course, I pumped them full of all sorts of natural spices, thyme, oregano, basil, crushed red pepper, garlic powder, fresh garlic, as well as the high protein chicken feed. But the biggest thing for them is that I don't think they knew where they were going. And where they were going to go, if they didn't come to us, they were going to be shipped off for slaughter, to be turned into pet food, dog food, cat food. I'm not here to stop the ways that our country does things. I'm not here for politics. I am here to share what I learned. And I'm most grateful that these 12 ladies ended up in our care. And the next time we do need more ladies, hopefully this lady, at first when we got them, I was a little upset. And I was like, I felt like we were doing a drug deal, but with chickens. And it was very shady. And she wasn't forthcoming with us that these birds had no feathers. Their beaks were all cut. And I mean, I was like, what? And they were $30 each. And, then I come to learn that these birds may only live 2 to 12 months. A normal chicken can live to be 8 to 12 years old. Their job is done at the age of 12 to 18 months old. But because of the conditions they live in, providing us in this country with eggs, their lives are shortened so terribly. June, I'm not sure what you're getting into in here. We have 2 pet sheep here. This is June. She is a Katahdin Dorper. She's got 2 different types of hair sheep. This is not wool on her. This is hair. She is my Barbie sheep. Look at her. She goes, oh yeah, could you just brush me? She does love to be brushed, and actually this is her little barn chair that she comes up to when she wants to be brushed. They don't need to be sheared. Her hair is really long. It is really hot. We had one guy come out here last year who sheared our sheep for us. He was supposed to come in April, and here we are in July now. So he's a fly-by-the-night kind of guy. And those are the type of people you do meet when you live on a farm. The reality of living on any farm, whether it's a hobby farm, big farm, is you learn really quick. You're never going to have help when you need it the most. So you do learn to live that lone shepherd life. You do learn to Google a lot, as well as you also learn to, I don't know, take with a grain of salt everything that you do read on Google. Say hi, June. Miss July says hi to June. She's so precious. Miss July, you would love her. She's like literally like Bambi, like a deer. Such a sweet, sweet sheep. Like I said, the livestock guardian dogs, they're always sound asleep. I mean, they're knocked out. This is Juno here. Juno's had a real rough run with her life. They'll be 2 in September, 2 years old. Great Pyrenees, Anatolian shepherd dogs. Unlike most dogs, they continue growing the first 2 years of their life. Most other dogs stop growing at age 1. Juno and Chase are weighing in right now at about 165 pounds of all angel featherweight. Here's Chase over here is Juno's brother. Do you see Andy, he's just there. He's always there. He's always there. There's Chase. Andy. Cash, he's had some issues too. Cash had his love tentacle cut off a few months ago when he got his love tentacle. He seems to be learning about animals. A love tentacle? Who has a love tentacle? What is that? Well, sheep do. Cash was castrated at a young age because he's a ram. And rams by nature, ram. That's their main form of communication, is their head. Sheep are one of the few animals in the world that are literally unable to differentiate between life. What does that mean? Cash and June think I'm a sheep. They think the dogs are a sheep. They think the birds are sheep. They're unable to differentiate. So it's really each to their own and how we have the relationship with the sheep. So Cash couldn't understand that his rams, which are about 850 pounds of force per very quick ram, they look graceful, almost ballet-like. It's the equivalent to a car going 35 miles per hour and slamming into a concrete wall. It hurts. Our farm vets convinced us to castrate Cash so we could have a fun farm. Otherwise, he was going to just constantly be ramming us because that's what they do. It's called testosterone. Can we do that with roosters? Can we castrate our roosters? I don't know. I'd love to do that, actually. Anyway, Cash, he almost died many times. But he almost died during castration. When they gave him the anesthesia, the sedation, he aspirated it, which goes into his lungs, and nearly killed him. So now the farm vets who do come visit us here on the farm, we don't have to bring him anywhere. They come here to us. They have said that anytime in the future when Cash needs veterinary care that requires sedation, they will not be able to do it. They will have what they did with me the last time when he had bladder stones, send us to a specialist who has very special sedation that he won't aspirate, and there's no risk of him dying. So when he had bladder stones, it got pretty bad. I knew he was sick. I know this guy like the back of my hand. This guy right here, my big man. He's a true beast. He's, a gentle beast? Well, sure he is. He's gentle until he rams you, and he still rams even though he's castrated. It's their nature. It's born into him to do these things. When I brought him into this specialist vet for his bladder stones, they thought they were going to have to keep him for 2 days. They thought they were going to have to go in and do surgery, pull out a bunch of, I don't know, male stuff. But he was so good. They were able to do it right there in front of me. I was able to see it all. And when the when the farm vet got to his area to look at his bladder, his penis, she was able to get his little thing to come down, and she said, "Oh my." I said, "What?" And she said, "This is the longest love tentacle I've ever seen." And I said, "What? What does that even mean?" She goes, well, this is the root of all of his problems. Why he's having the bladder stones. We're just gonna cut this off. He doesn't need it. I said, "What is the love tentacle?" She said, "Well, it's what is used when they are mating with the girl with the U, E-W-E. She, the U, E-W-E is the girl. The love tentacle looks almost like it looks like octopus. And it's what comes out and it stimulates the girl, which has her open up more and invite him in. I don't know, TMI maybe. June is our female, she is our U. She goes into heat every spring, and she's in heat for usually about 3 months straight, which is a nightmare because she's full of, well, she's wanting to make babies at that point. What's interesting is that even though Cash is castrated, that doesn't stop him from fulfilling the instinctual duties of his U. So he still performs and does what he needs to do with June. She just won't ever get pregnant. June. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and come on up here and see what's going on. Let's go see what's going on up here in the hood. It's been really hot here. I don't even like to venture out. This is what I call behind barn way. This is where I spend most of my time. That's where the fans are running. And flock of about 40 birds. They all have their own little mini flocks. They don't all get along. It is like family, like people. Do you like all your family? I don't know anybody who does. You know, we all have our own issues with family, whether it's, you know, this and that. Oh God, oh no. I almost want to turn around. Where's my this and that? Oh God, oh no. I almost want to turn around. Where's my stick? It's right there. Green legs, hold on. I know, just don't even start, green legs. Don't even start. Green legs, my arch nemesis. As soon as I stop, he knows I'm talking about him. He knows the drill. They're smart, and he's like, I'm going to inch my way over to you, and eventually I'm going to murder you. I will get a hold of you one day, good enough that I get your artery, and you'll be dead, good shepherd. That is the hate, it's not love, that this rooster has for me. He is a classic, actually a really good rooster who wants full control. Look, I thought Cash was green legs, and I had to get like scared there for a second. Yes, I'm scared. Who wouldn't be scared? I have scars. I'm a bloody mess. I tell my husband all the time, if I die today, when I get to the morgue, they're gonna have questions. They're gonna be like, what happened to this lady's body? What happened? What happened to this body? It's really hot. We have 3 coops here. Cash is gonna get into his ramming here. We have 3 coops here. These are our front 2 coops. And nobody really hangs out up here during the day. Here, you can have the stick, Cash. It's all you. I'm not gonna engage with this right now. What they do is they usually only come up here during the day. This is where they sleep. It's fully enclosed. We do have wildlife here. We're in the country. There's coyotes, foxes, raccoons, possums. Oh boy. They left me a lot of eggs today. I'm gonna come back and get those in just a minute. I usually get about 2 dozen eggs a day. I don't sell my eggs. I do bring them to my next door neighbor. My next door neighbor, I'm in the country. I'm like, hey, so far away. And I bring eggs to my nail lady and her mom. I love them. They're my dear friends. And other than that, I scramble a dozen eggs a day for my flock. Green legs. He's a nightmare, Miss July. He's a nightmare. I can't stand him. He's just awful. All right, so just doing a little egg check in here. No more eggs in here. It's really hot. Even with these fans on, I do keep these fans pumping. I'm grateful that they have all their little spots around the farm. Thank you, Miss July. Blessings to you too. They've got all their little spots around the farm, their little kiddie pools and splash pads and fresh water everywhere. But you see, when you get out into this blazing sun, it's suffocating at this point. I give them every day fresh watermelon, frozen fruits. I usually go to the grocery store and they're like, what are you doing? Are you making smoothies? And I'm like, no, it's for my flock. Oh God, here he is. Here, look, sometimes I can't even run fast enough. No, it's for my flock. Oh God, here he is. Here, look, sometimes I can't even run fast enough. He's out of control. I don't hate him. He actually does. Look, when you've got somebody that keeps you on your toes, I'm actually grateful for it all. Chip, my number one girl, Chip. Chip used to live with me from day one. She was the only one that hatched almost 2 years ago. And she slept with me every night for over a year. She does have 2 babies. One of her babies did just pass away during the heat wave. That was Chunky. She didn't even know she had babies. She didn't know. But about 6 months ago, Chip decided she fell in last by the entire flock. Gilbert is the reason we wanted to invite the 12 lady hens onto the farm. Because Gilbert's the only bird who has ever literally flown the coop. He flew the fence. And when he flew the fence, farm. Because Gilbert's the only bird who has ever literally flown the coop. He flew the fence. And when he flew the fence, a most sad sight to see. Rooster, terrified of being in a totally unfamiliar place on just the other side of the fence, but knowing he was no longer protected. Chip fell in love with Gilbert, knowing he was no longer protected. Chip fell in love with Gilbert. He looks like George Clooney. Who wouldn't fall in love with Gilbert, right? But he's not really a good rooster. I mean, he's not. He doesn't really take care of his ladies the way that he should. Look at Andy. I'm loving this. Andy, he's coming out. Oh, hold on. Look, there we go. Okay, so not your girl, but they're doing their job. Look, that's not their girl, but they're doing their job. Gilbert doesn't do his job. Blackie, get up here. Come on, Blackie. Tag team, that's for sure. But again, this is what Rooster's role is. Keep the ladies safe. Hey, if somebody else isn't keeping them safe, okay, there you are, Gilbert. Bring her back. Good job. Blackie. He goes, why did you say I wasn't doing a good job? I was here. I was too. Gilbert, bring her back. Good job. Blackie. He goes, why did you say I wasn't doing a good job? I was here. I was too. Every time I see Andy running, he looks like an Ewok or some sort of just like a creature from an animated movie or something. I love seeing this with Andy. It's been a long journey with him. He is my house rooster. He sleeps with me. He comes to the nail salon with me. He took over Chip's place, and he's not been exactly accepted by the rest of the roosters here. And all he wants is a little lady. Not been exactly accepted by the rest of the roosters here. And all he wants is a little lady. Oh, I'm mating with my face, you know? Good God, Andy. It's just too much. It's too much, Andy. I can't take it. Chewy. You know about the seed in every family? Bad seed? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the scapegoats and the black sheep. I have a brown sheep and a white sheep. I don't have a black sheep. I'm not a black sheep. I don't believe in all of that stuff. It's called love, and it's called life. And this is what I continue to learn on my small hobby farm here, is the value of life itself and the value of love. And and the roles that we all take on. Just because I'm the Good Shepherd doesn't make me the head honcho. I'm not the queen. I'm the Good Shepherd. I'm the Good Shepherd. Thank you, everybody who joined in today. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go check on inside. We did just welcome 2 kittens that appeared out of nowhere. And they don't have tails, these kittens. There's no tail. They're not injured. The tails didn't fall off or break off. I believe these kittens are country style Manx, M-A-N-X cats. Sweetest things ever. I'm so grateful for my neighbors across the street, Janet and Bryn, who helped correlate all of this and reunite these 2 little brothers. Kitty Cat Kerr is the one name, and the other one right now, I just call him Floaty Eye. I gotta find a name for him. I don't know his name yet. So off the Good Shepherd goes, back to work, always working hard, loving every minute of it, even during this intense heat. It's a beautiful life. It is hard work, and I never say, somebody's got to do it. I'm blessed and grateful to be able to do it. I love. Get off him! No, sir! What is that all about? I love it. See, I'm the Good Shepherd. Get off him! they love it. These animals know me. These animals know me more than any human being in this life ever could. And that is my number one joy in knowing I'm never interrupted by these guys here. They let me talk all I want out loud. They do listen to me. And it is a blessed life. And I'm not afraid to share it for all its blessings, as well as all its sorrows. Little butterfly coming in. Hi, hi. Thank you. In. Hi, hi. Thank you. Mr. Lai, thank you, Mr. Lai. I haven't been, hi. Thank you. Mr. Lai, thank you, Mr. Lai. I haven't been able to be with the Lobby Farm in central North Carolina outside of Raleigh, Durham.